What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Hey, we at Doc Rich channel. We're going to be doing the Music Recording Network stream and actually doing more politics stuff over there. So if y'all into the politics, while Uncle Mike learning more about politics, the younger generation, man, don't forget about the World's Largest Rap Contest. Don't forget about our websites and everything. Click the link below that says more. It used to say description, but now it's saying more in the gray area, the darker gray area, I guess. If you're on a cell phone, I don't know what it looked like. But my point is, we have a lot of links down there. Y'all know how that stuff works. This has to be called out. Doc Rich, man. Let's see what this bad boy is about. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check it out, baby. Here we go.
The rich. Maybe we can tax the rich so that people who have helipads on their house or near their house can help chip in for black school districts that are perpetually underfunded. How about we do that? But apparently, if you believe in that, you are radical, far left, danger to this country. Both parties will disassociate with you.
AOC, step on up to the front. Oh boy, man, do I love it when Democrats get caught. Absolutely love it. And the latest is AOC. Yeah, we talking about AOC today. She was recently caught, living the high life, right? Even though she always talks about tax the rich. Well, AOC, I think that qualifies to be you now, as well as some of your colleagues, a lot of your colleagues. Bernie Sanders owns multiple homes. Last time I checked, people that aren't rich can't afford multiple homes. It's only the rich that could afford that. So, yeah, let's dive in.
Conservatives are laying into progressive Congresswoman from New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The question here, is it fair that they're going after her over this? Take a look. She was caught on camera traveling first class on a JetBlue flight last month. She was on her way to Las Vegas to speak at a Fight Oligarchy event with Senator Bernie Sanders, events in which she has been railing against the wealthy elite.
How ironic is that? On her way to a Fight the Oligarchy. First class.
We are witnessing an oligarchy in America. When those with the most economic, political, and technological power destroy the public good to enrich themselves, a certain ugly kind of politics that at its core is about lying to and screwing over working and middle-class Americans.
Other passengers told the New York Post this: nothing says power to the people like ignoring voters looking to say hello and reclining in first class while tweeting about income inequality. And AOC is fighting the system one first class mimosa at a time. What's your reaction? Is this fair ground?
I think it's absolutely hilarious. Look, basically, good for anyone who wants to make it in America. That's the American dream. Everyone should have the opportunity to climb the ladder of opportunity and enjoy first class. But there's a big difference. You work for it and you earn it. She's paid by the taxpayer. She's not earning it in the way that the American dream is all about. And by the way, let's look at how Democrats are turning this into legislation. Right here in California, unbelievably, there's a bill to remove that Clear channel from airport security, where you can pay to join Clear and skip the line, as it were. They don't like that because it's unfair. So they're trying to take that away. Meanwhile, the champion of the left is enjoying these perks at the taxpayer's expense. Is absolutely unbelievable.
Facts. So while she's out here yelling,
that's what I don't like.
Tax the rich, tax the rich, she's over here getting cozy in first class while ignoring constituents.
Well, she got to say that, tax the rich, so she can stay in first class. Get the rich to pay more taxes so people that need to travel, that's part of these politics or whatever y'all want to call whatever she is, to speak, can ride in first class. That don't sound fair to me. Tax the rich. So government workers like this can run first class. Or private jet. How about that?
Getting rich off of our dime, not her own. Not her own. And obviously, this isn't the first time she's talked about taxing the rich. She had the whole dress saga.
I think it's incredibly important because when we talk about supporting working families and when we talk about having a fair tax code, oftentimes this conversation is happening among working and middle class people amongst themselves. And I think it's time that we bring all classes into the conversation of having a fairer country.
Yeah. But there's a funny part to this. There's a really funny element to this because while she's taxed the rich and Democrats always rail against, making any kind of money in a legitimate way, she was actually selling the tax the rich shirts. It's kind of funny, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Hey, Mr. Wonderful here. I want to talk about fashion. I want to talk about capitalism. I want to talk about socialism. I want to talk about gross margins. Let me show you something. Check this out. I look spectacular in this. I was walking on the beach earlier today, right out there. See that?
Oh.
Everybody wants to buy this off me. I got this from the official AOC site. Now let's talk about gross margins. Check this out. Yep, official AOC shop. I paid $67.22 for this. I'm gonna guess she lands this, or basically for $6. It's fleeceware and $5 for shipping.
$67 for AOC now. I thought you didn't like capitalism. You wanted to take money from the rich and give it to the poor. You wanted that socialism stuff. Why are you trying to make such a big spread? Okay, what's going on here? What's going on?
Something going on.
Oh man, absolutely funny, absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of the clip of Tucker Carlson with Eric Swalwell, and Tucker is calling out the double standard. It's just like, AOC, it's fine for you to get rich, but everybody else has to pay higher taxes, right? But you can just continue to make your money as well as your Democrat colleagues can continue to pad your pockets, but everybody else gotta pay their fair share. Matter of fact, here's the clip of Tucker Carlson and Eric Swalwell. Check it out.
Why shouldn't my wife have the same firearm at home that your bodyguards use to protect you? Is that fair or is that unfair? Why is it unfair?
That's a ridiculous argument.
Oh, why?
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Why is it because you're more important than me? I'm merely saying that you have better protection than I do. And you're saying that my family doesn't deserve to have a certain species of weapon. You get to decide what we can protect ourselves with, but you're not going to in any way take the ability to protect you away from the Capitol Hill Police.
I'm saying that every police officer in America today is outgunned. For their safety and for the safety of the people they protect, we shouldn't have assault weapons.
Right. You just don't want to apply the rules to yourself. I get it. I wouldn't either.
Rules for thee. No rules for me. One person that I do think is truly walking the walk and talking the talk is Javier Milei. Because if AOC was truly genuine and truly honest about all of this fluffy, sunshine and rainbows crap that her and the Democrat Party like to push out, they wouldn't be sitting in first class. They wouldn't be flying on private jets, right? They would be out there with the people. When they flew, they would just fly with everybody else, like Javier Milei.
All righty. That's how I fly, y'all. I try to fly business class. I ain't ready for that. That costs too much money. Business class was like 3 times as much money for a flight.
Now that's truly a man that's for the people. He's not sitting in first class somewhere away from everybody, just because he can. He was literally back there with everybody else. Just everybody else. Hey, I'm just back here chilling. How y'all doing? How you doing? And that's why I laugh, man. It's the same thing also with... Y'all gonna laugh at this one. Did you know? Because of course, and I've made several videos on this, the whole Tesla protest because of Elon Musk. Democrats, oh no, Tesla's bad. Did you know AOC drives a Tesla?
Did you sell your Tesla yet?
That's crazy.
Congresswoman, do you still have your Tesla? I was just wondering if you still have your Tesla.
For security reasons, I'm not commenting.
Oh, for security reasons, she's not going to reply. Is that because your constituents would absolutely obliterate your car? Because it's not because of Republicans. We know exactly what car you drive. We know exactly what Tesla you drive. I've got crazy amounts of pictures of it. No Republican, no conservative has damaged your vehicle, nor do we want to. We don't want to cause harm to anybody, unlike your party, who absolutely does not care, has zero common sense. You go around destroying property. We know exactly what car you drive, AOC. I'm looking at a picture of it. Legit. Not one person, not one conservative has...
Just to cut him off real quick, I'll rewind a little bit so we can get back into it. I like Tesla. This one had nothing to do with politics. I like the fact of driving a vehicle with no combustible engine in it. You got to put gas in it. Riding down the street with all this gas, all this oil, all this transmission fluid, and all this antifreeze. That's 4 liquids that you carrying down the street. They never got the transmission right. The car breaks down. You got to get a new car. I'd rather just drive the new technology and not put all this pollution in the street. You come home, charge your phone up, just like you charge your car up. You plug in your car, and it's full charge every time you get into it. I like that. I think it's much more convenient. It's going to take a lot of people to switch over to something like that. And I don't have to stop at them gas stations and pull out the knob and touch all this germs and accidentally spill gas all over me and gotta find a gas station and all this type of stuff. Well, what happens is you run out of electric and you plan. You make plans for longer trips and stuff like that. And I ain't planning on driving that far to where I need to fill up again. I plan on flying if I gotta drive that far. I'd rather get on the plane, man.
What car you drive, AOC? I'm looking at a picture of it. Legit. Not one person, not one conservative has touched her car. Nor would I encourage any conservative to do so. But that's not the case from the Democrat Party. They destroy property all the time. If they disagree, oh no, we're going to key your car, even though a lot of people who drive Teslas are liberals. I'm going to play this last clip for y'all. We're going to get out of here. This clip of Senator Kennedy, who is absolutely hilarious. And quite frankly, I agree with him. Check it out.
What do you think of the new leadership, Jasmine, AOC, and Bernie?
I consider Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez to be the leader of the Democratic Party. She's entitled to her opinion. I'm entitled to mine. As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Our plan for dealing with her...
You didn't plan that out. We got to hurry.
Our plan for dealing with her is called Operation Let Her Speak.
What do you think of...
Damn.
She's the reason for directions on a shampoo bottle.
God dang, dog. That's my dog right here, man.
Bro, I don't agree with everything Senator Kennedy does or votes or the way he votes. But man, is that guy funny. Like, I just want to hang out with Senator Kennedy for a day, man. That guy will keep you laughing. The funny stuff that he comes up with is just like, wait, what? Our way of dealing with AOC is called Operation Let Her Speak.
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything. She'll just destroy herself. Just let her speak.
Yeah.
Let her keep talking. Go ahead, AOC.
That's what happens when dummies talk.
Anyway, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this, man. The double standard is crazy. Double standard is crazy, but of course, it's a Democrat Party, so there's always a double standard with those folks. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Peace and love. I'm out.
Here's what I think. I'm going to say two things for my closing. Doc Rich, I was shocked that he's a Trump supporter. Sorry, y'all. I just assumed that, especially the young black men, is against Trump. Because all the ones I know in the street, all the rappers, the thugs that I know, they don't like Trump. But they never can tell me why. They can never tell me why they don't like Trump. So I was shocked because I like Doc Rich and I'm following Doc Rich and he's on the other team. I'm on the team of people, a Democrat. Yeah. So then I said, wait a minute. Let me see what he got to do, because I like him. Let me see what he got to say. And so far, everything him and the LFR family, both of them guys, and then it's another young group and everything, all black people, right? And I said, damn. Because of Doc Rich, I realized that Trump won for landslide with whatever the electoral votes and all this type of stuff. So there are more people out here than what you think is supporting Trump. And every time the Democrats speak, every time they speak, they don't make any sense. I don't want to be with the people that don't make sense. They can't complete a sentence. I still haven't found that one person that can explain to me why you should vote Democrat. Only thing I hear is, one of the things I hear, see, Trump in office, he done fired all these people losing their job because of Trump. No, wait a minute. This is the facts. Every time a president changes, facts, a lot of jobs get lost and a lot of new people come in, basically. Because when the Democrat, what's the guy name that fall asleep and everything? Biden. When Biden took office, when he first took office, I lost my job. So I told my mother, I said, you worrying about people losing their job, but when Biden took office, I lost my job. I don't care about these people losing their job. I care about taking care of you, Mom. And I lost my job. And this what you vote for? So can we all just say across the board, every time a new president comes in, a lot of jobs are lost and a lot of new people get jobs? Can we just say that across the board? Nah, y'all want to look at this? There's a lot of contracts that got lost when Biden took over. There's a lot of contracts that got lost when Trump took over. There's a lot of contracts that got lost when Obama took over. What are we talking about? State the facts and learn. Now, the second thing I want to say is about taxes. I think everybody should pay a certain percentage of income tax. For example, for every dollar you make, you should pay 1% in taxes, or whatever the number you want to call, 2%. That way, everybody is taxed evenly. So the rich, if you're rich and you're making $1 million a year, you pay a percentage in taxes. If you poor and you make 1 million pennies a year, you pay a percentage in taxes. That way everybody pays the same amount across the board. Now, wasn't that easy? I ain't even in politics. Tax the rich, tax the rich. That don't sound fair. So you gonna tax me harder because I make more money? You the part of the rich. Because I figured out how to make more money, I gotta pay more in taxes? That's where the problem starts. Because now the rich is figuring out ways to write other stuff off on their taxes. Instead of being fair, you want to cheat, I'ma cheat. Everybody pays the same amount in taxes. That way, your monthly income, your yearly income, you pay taxes on it. If you got to pay taxes on a car, if I'm rich and I got 5 cars, I pay taxes on all 5 cars. Sounds fair to me. If you poor and you got 1 car that you share between husband and wife, you pay taxes on 1 car. That sounds fair to me. Since when we don't use common sense no more, man? That's what I want to know. Why we don't just use common sense? No, we always got to take from other people. And that's where all the problems come in at. And that's why the rich got more tax write-off. This what the Democratic dummy told me before. See, the rich got more tax write-off. But that don't seem fair. What kind of tax write-off do they have that we can't get? That's when they shut up. Because they can write part of their house off, we can too. Us poor people can do the same thing. You can, whatever business you start, you got the same tax breaks that the rich people got. There's no fair across the board for everybody. That's how taxes should be. And I think that's how it is. But you want to be stupid and act like you know acting. You want to act like you know. You want to act like you smart instead of learning this stuff. So I salute the people like Doc Rich because I'm learning. Uncle Mike learning. And I wish some of these closed-minded people would open their mind up so they can learn. And leave me alone. Not y'all, not the subscribers, not the people watching. Let me know if you're an ender, man. If you're an ender, let me know you're an ender. Uncle Mike is trying his best to help people. I try my best to help people in this world. So my channels is all about helping people, especially if you need help in the music industry. So don't forget to check out my websites, theworldslargestrapcontest.com, and also check out the musicrecordingnetwork.com. It's links in the description below. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.